Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. Certainly. Postman is a powerful tool for API development and testing. One of its features is the ability to run tests and review the results, which can be beneficial for exploratory testing. In this tutorial, we will cover how to write and run tests in Postman, and how to review those results. What is exploratory testing? Exploratory testing involves exploring the application without a predefined test plan. It allows testers to use their knowledge and experience to find bugs that may not be covered by automated tests. In the context of Postman, exploratory testing can involve sending various requests and examining the responses. Setting up Postman. 1. Download and install Postman. If you haven't already, download and install Postman from Postman's official website, https://www.postman.com/downloads. 2. Create or open a collection. Collections in Postman help organize API requests. You can create a new collection or open an existing one. Writing tests in Postman. Postman allows you to write tests using JavaScript. These tests are executed after the request is sent, and you can use them to validate the response. Example, testing a simple API. 1. Create a new request. Click on the New button, then select Request. Name your request and select a collection to save it in. 2. Enter the request details. Choose an HTTP method, example GET, POST. Enter the request URL, example https://jsonplaceholder.typicode.com/posts. 3. Write tests. Click on the Tests tab. Write your test scripts. Here's an example of some basic tests. JavaScript. PM test, status code is 200, function. PM response.to.have.status, 200. PM test, response time is less than 200 ms, function. PM expect, PM response.response time, .to.be.below, 200. PM test, response contains a JSON object, function. PM response.to.be.json. PM test, response has a specific property, function. Const JSON data equals PM response.json. PM expect, JSON data, .to.have.property, ID. Running the tests. 1. Send the request, click the Send button to execute the request. 2. View the results. After the request is made, Postman will show the results of your tests in the test results section below the response body. Reviewing test results. Pass/fail indicators. Each test will show whether it passed or failed. A green checkmark indicates a pass, while a red cross indicates a failure. Error messages. If a test fails, you can expand it to see a more detailed error message, which can help you identify what went wrong. Console logs. You can also view logs in the Postman console for more detailed debugging. Open the console by clicking on the console icon at the bottom left or by pressing Ctrl+Alt+C, Windows, /CMD+Alt+C, Mac. Exploratory testing with variations. To engage in exploratory testing, you can modify the request parameters, headers, and body, and run the tests multiple times. For instance, if you are working with a POST request, you can try sending different payloads to see how the server responds. Example, POST request with exploratory tests. 1. Create a new POST request. Set the method to POST and enter the URL, example https://jsonplaceholder.typicode.com/posts. 2. Add body data. Choose the Body tab and select Raw. Set the type to JSON, and enter some JSON data. JSON. Title, foo. Body, bar. User ID, 1. 3. Write tests similar to get. In the Tests tab, you can write tests to validate the response of the post request. JavaScript. PM test, status code is 201, function. PM response to have status, 201. PM test, response contains created ID, function. Const JSON data equals PM response.json. PM expect, JSON data, have property, ID. For run and review, send the request and review the results as previously described. Conclusion. Postman is a versatile tool that can greatly assist in exploratory testing of APIs. By writing tests and reviewing the results, you can gain confidence in the reliability and correctness of your APIs. The ability to modify requests and run various scenarios makes it an excellent choice for rapid exploration and testing. Feel free to experiment with different APIs and test conditions to enhance your exploratory testing skills. Tutorial: Reviewing test results in Postman. Postman is a powerful tool for API development that allows you to send requests, view responses, and automate testing through scripts. In this tutorial, we'll explore how to review test results in Postman, particularly focusing on exploratory testing. 1. Understanding Postman testing. Postman allows you to write tests for your API requests using JavaScript. These tests can verify the correctness of responses, check the status codes, validate response data formats, and more. The results of your tests can be reviewed in the Postman console or directly in the collections and individual requests. 2. Setting up your environment. Before we dive into writing tests, make sure you have Postman installed and set up. Here are the steps to create a new request. 1. Open Postman. 2. Create a new collection or use an existing one. 3. Add a new request to the collection. 4. Set the request method, get, post, etc., and enter the URL of the API endpoint you want to test. 3. Writing tests. You can write tests in the Tests tab of your request. Below is an example of how to set up tests for a hypothetical API that retrieves user information. Example request. Let's say we have a GET request to https://api.example.com/users/1. Writing tests. Add the following JavaScript code in the Tests tab. JavaScript. PM test, status code is 200, function. PM response to have status, 200. PM test, response time is less than 200 ms, function. PM expect, PM response time, be below, 200. PM test, response has the correct content type, function. PM expect, PM response headers.get, content type, include, application/JSON. PM test, response body is not empty, function. PM expect, PM response.json, not be empty. PM test, user ID is correct, function. Const JSON data equals PM response.json. PM expect, JSON data.id, .to.equal, 1. For running the tests. 1. Click the send button to execute the request. 2. After the request completes, switch to the Tests tab in the Response section to see the results of your tests. 5. Reviewing test results. After executing the tests, Postman will show you the results. Past tests, these will be highlighted in green. Failed tests, these will be highlighted in red, and you can click on them to see detailed error messages. 6. Using the Postman console. For more detailed insights, you can use the Postman console. 1. Open the Postman console, view Show Postman console. 2. Execute your request again. 3. The console will display logs, including any console.log statements you may have added in your tests for debugging. Example of debugging with console logs. You can add logging to your tests to help debug failures. JavaScript. PM test, user ID is correct, function. Const JSON data equals PM response.json. Console.log, response data, JSON data. PM expect, JSON data.id, .to.ecl, 1. 7. Exploratory testing in Postman. Exploratory testing involves interacting with the API in an ad hoc manner to discover unexpected behavior. Here's how you can perform exploratory testing in Postman. 1. Modify requests, change parameters, headers, and body content to see how the API responds. 2. Write ad hoc tests, write tests based on the responses you see during exploration. 3. Use variables, leverage Postman variables to create dynamic requests and test various scenarios. Example of exploratory test. You might want to test the API with invalid user IDs. Create a new request with an invalid ID and write a test. JavaScript. PM test, status code is 404 for invalid user, function. PM response.to.have.status, 404. 8. Automating tests with collection runner. To automate the execution of your tests, you can use Postman's collection runner. 1. Click on the runner icon at the top left. 2. Select the collection containing your requests. 3. Click Run to execute all requests in the collection and review the aggregated results. Conclusion. Reviewing test results in Postman is crucial for ensuring the reliability of your APIs. By writing effective tests and utilizing the Postman console, you can gain insights into your API's behavior and performance. Exploratory testing allows you to go beyond scripted tests and discover edge cases and unexpected responses. With this tutorial, you're now equipped to write, run, and review tests in Postman effectively. Happy testing!